Hi there. So today I want to talk about something with Dojo that I recently used for a demo application I was preparing. Let me explain the situation of what I was trying to do here. So basically I have this demo coffee application that you can go through and you can customize your drink, add milk, sugar, flavors, and toppings, and then add it to your cart, right? And I have a small cart over here that I've got my drink in, and it's been added. However, what I want to do is that once I add it to the cart, I want to reroute to the menu page. So as you can see, I'm using routing in here. I can go home, menu, and then the cart is not a page, but it's actually a small slide pane from Dojo Widgets. And then for each of my drinks, I can go ahead and just start, they are their own pages. You can see up here in the URL. So when I add the cart, I want to reroute back to the menu page. So how would I do something like that? I guess one thing I could do is I could have the, excuse me, instead of having a button, I could have it be a link for the routing from the Dojo routing. Or one thing I could do, actually, over here, oops. I could grab the router from here when I do the register route injector, which is going to inject, create a router for me and then inject it into the Dojo registry that actually returns, if I can type, it actually returns a router. So it does, I could do this, right? And I get my router, and then from there, I could pass it down to the application, like so, equals router. But the app doesn't take that. It doesn't, yeah, that's not going to work. I mean, like I said, I could do it, but it just seems like it's a lot of work to pass that router down there. But one thing you can do that is built into Dojo for situations like this is use the injector middleware. So the injector middleware isn't used a whole lot because it basically allows you to interact with the registry in Dojo, which is more of an advanced functionality. But what you can do is you can use the injector middleware to pull out anything that was injected into the Dojo registry. This has to do with like it has to do with like containers and injecting things in the application. I can cover containers in another video at some point down the line. But basically allows you to inject things into your Dojo app, right? In this case, there's like we have functions like the to inject the router into the registry. There's one for the store, and all these different things you can do, right? So it's more of an advanced functionality, but it does let me do some pretty cool things. If you notice here, one of the things you can do is you can do injector.get, right? And get it off the label of something that's in the registry. And I just happen to know that the router, when it gets injected using that register route injector, it has a label called router, right? So let's go ahead and see how that would work. So it's a middleware. So I'm going to go ahead and import from framework core, oops, and middleware and injector. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and grab injector here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add that in here. So now it's part of my widget, and then I'm going to pull it over here in my, where I destructure my middleware over here. Okay, awesome. So now what I can do is up at the top of this widget, where the widget factory, where I'm creating all my variables and stuff like that, I can do something like this. I can say const router is equal to injector.get, And I'm going to type this in a second here. Router. So that I get some nice TypeScript typings. I'm going to go ahead and inject it here. So I will auto import the router. There we go. So now I get all the nice typings in here. And then it's saying, you know, I'm not using it yet. Routers declared but never read. So let's go ahead and use it. Go all the way to the bottom down here where the add button is. Okay, here we go. So in here, I've got my method where I go add my drink. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and say, so first off, when you work with the injector, that value could be null, right? So if router does exist, then I'm going to go ahead and say router set path and oops, capital P, set path menu. There we go. Let's come back to our app over here. All right, just refresh it just to be safe. Come over here to my drink. Add some stuff into it. Add to cart, and there we go. Rerouted right back to the menu. That's exactly what I want to happen. And then I can go ahead here and I go up my cart, right? I mean, I could have the cart as a separate page and reroute to the cart page, but I kind of wanted this interaction where you didn't have to go to the cart page to see it. Maybe I could have a cart page here, and this is just kind of a showing me what the cart page content would be. And I've seen that in some websites before. But again, this is just a demo app to kind of demonstrate some things, parts of Dojo. There you go. That was something I hadn't used before, honestly, and I thought was really cool, and I found a really good use case to play with it. So hope you, if you ever need to get a router inside of a widget via a method like this because you want to work with the router API, this is definitely something you could use. Thanks.